a lot of your music is personal,
Yeah.
you know? So you get that from life.
Well, yeah, like it's really just like going through the phases of life and learning life. Like, and if I didn't have my daughter, I probably wouldn't be making the music that I'm making now, or even making music in general.
Mm.
You know, like before she was born, like I really wasn't hella serious with it. I was just kind of like making stuff here and there, but it was never like really anything that I could see myself like really putting like my all into or whatever. Or like, but I think when she was born, I was just like, nah, this is something I got to do, and I got to do it right and focus on like my impact and how I'm gonna present myself.
That's real. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I'm your host, Albert Fig. Different than our regular studio, different from the second studio that we've been going on and recording to lately. I am adjusting to shit, and I am what do they call it? Renovating, kind of. I'm trying new things out. So in the meantime, bear with all this scenery change and everything that you're seeing here. But anyway, we got a special one today. One that I've been looking forward to for a minute. One that we kind of talked about here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like the last couple months, last couple weeks. Not just myself on and off air, but also talking about it with Julio too, with Full Circle Mentality. Yeah, we just came from over there, so shout out to the boys, Full Circle Mentality. And so we're right here with Devien. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
Thank you very much for sliding through.
Appreciate you having me.
Man, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I guess just trying to balance all that with maybe not oversharing so much with family stuff and then intertwining with music? Or do you feel like it's not that big of a deal? Like to
Yes and no. It's not like super big deal, but it's also like some things are like private.
Yeah.
I try to put like just enough out there, where it's not just like, oh, this page is dedicated to my like entire life and like everything that goes on. Because it's like this is mostly just for music and like the things that I'm doing, like as far as like business wise and stuff like that.
Right.
So I try to keep everything else just there. And if you see me outside, like I'm probably with her or at the coffee shop or Whole Foods or something. Whatever.
Bro, that's exactly me too. You'll see me at multiple, I post sometimes like I'm at a coffee shop, whether I'm editing stuff, whether I'm like looking up stuff, or maybe I might be with my family and everything. And I ask that too, because not specifically saying like a tab, but I'm just saying, I'm just in a grouping in a circle, I'm saying entertainment, right?
Easy.
And so I'm like navigating that throughout, myself, trying to figure out how to do it, to not necessarily how to do it, but I myself is like, I'm on that boat, man, where I'm like, 1 minute I'm thinking like, I don't want to keep, I do want to keep certain stuff private, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to hide it's not like make it seem like I'm hiding my child, I'm not trying to make it seem like I don't have a family. I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm not a dad, because I talk about being a dad. And but sometimes, like if I'm doing a lot of content stuff or trying to push that and market that, sometimes I want to push that out and then leave certain stuff,
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like if it's in the podcast, whether it's in the music or like whatever it is, it's like the people who are actually like really, really like listening, they're gonna know regardless. So like if it's just for like people that are like on like just here like browsing or whatever, it doesn't really matter,
Yeah, because the fan base, they're gonna know, right? If they rock with you, they're gonna know, whether it's in the music, whether it's on podcasts, they're gonna know that you're a dad. You know what I mean?
Like J. Cole has like kids or whatever. Never seen them. But, he talks about them, so it's like it's not like they don't exist.
Yeah, it's true, huh? Yeah, I know for some people listening, maybe they're just like they don't maybe not get the question, or maybe you don't understand where I'm coming from on it, I guess. And that's because, like I said, I'm trying to balance so much of creating content and still have the life outside of it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of the times where we get our personality from. And to compare it to. So like with you, a lot of your music is personal. Yeah. So you get that from life.
Well, yeah, like it's really just like going through the phases of life and learning life. Like, and if I didn't have my daughter, I probably wouldn't be making the music that I'm making now, or even making music in general. You know, like before she was born, like I really wasn't hella serious with it. I was just kind of like making stuff here and there, but it was never like really anything that I could see myself like really putting like my all into or whatever. Or like, but I think when she was born, I was just like, nah, this is something I got to do, and I got to do it right and focus on like my impact and how I'm gonna present myself.
That's real. Yeah, yeah, because I know that you know, the most recent, the visuals you just dropped, you know what I'm saying, for your grandmother.
Yeah,
That's very personal too, and that's something that, you know, like you had to. I think I forget when, but I want to say like I reposted it one time, and I put visuals around. Like these are very distinctive, like something you have to watch to kind of fully understand and fully appreciate, you know, the song. Yeah,
yeah, definitely. That whole like song and that whole like video and how it was put together was dope, because like that was like really a big piece of my life, and like another like reason why I make music. Like without her pushing me or having her influence like on me, like musically, like growing up or whatever, I probably wouldn't be doing it either, you know. So just having that like dedication to her and like that is just necessary.
yeah, you're super close with her.
Yeah, definitely. That was like
it's been about a year, right?
Yeah, just a year.
2022.
Last year. I mean, not last. Yeah, last year, last month in May.
Yeah,
or not last month. I guess we're in July now.
But around the year mark, right?
Yeah.
Recently, and I think maybe I felt the, you know, probably a little added level of closeness and personal attachment to it, me personally, because I have like a similar, you know, well, my grandfather, he passed away about a year ago too.
Yeah, man, sorry. Yeah.
And he was super close with me. Like we're super close. And sometimes even I catch myself catch myself not wanting to just single it out to me, to be selfish on it, because I feel like he was just universally close with a lot of people. You know, that's just the type of person he was. He showed mad love to everybody, and everybody genuinely loved him and felt like that was his. Everybody felt like it was their grandpa or their dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, super close with me. I have him tatted on my back and everything, and it's been around the 1 year mark. So when I saw the video, I think maybe that's why it resonated to it a little more too, because I was just like, oh, I feel where he's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Directly.
Yeah. And I think you really just have to like understand, like you have to go through it to like really understand, because like before she passed, like I really didn't. There's like been situations where like death has been like around, but not like that super close to me, where like it's in front of my face and I have to like.
I see what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah.
So like I think like after like seeing that and going through that, it really not only made me appreciate her more, but life more. You know, like
yeah, it's real.
And like the people around me, 'cause you never know like where they could be.
Yeah. No, that's real, bro. Well, I'm glad you put like I said, the visuals and attached it, and just the way, you know, it was HD shoots.
Yeah, that's my guy.
The way, you know, it was presented, and the way everything was shot, edited, and you mixed and mastered it.
Yeah, I mixed and mastered it. Yeah,
that's dope, man. Yeah, and just even if you go to the and this, I'm telling you for y'all, like, you know, the listeners and everything. Even if you go to, you know, I guess you would call it the video details. You know, on YouTube, you'll see, you can click and it gives you all this stuff right there. Even in there too, I know that I saw it, that you left like a personal message too, like a long thing too.
Yeah, that was I dropped it on her birthday.
Yeah,
her birthday was June 21st, and more like just like a message for her, and just I guess for myself as well, just to get those out. I think like writing like really does that for me.
Yeah. I thought that was super cool, because it was just another little, you know, like almost like a cherry on top, you know?
Yeah.
Like you could watch it, you could understand it. The lyrics alone, you can get, you know, how close and how much she meant to you. And then at the end, you could see like a personal thing to it. So I thought that was another, like I said, it was a super cool thing.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, bro. So y'all should check that one out.
Appreciate the attention to detail.
Yeah, man. Y'all should check that one out. But there's more. Maybe I'm just a sucker for visuals, bro. Like I just, you know, I like a bunch of stuff like that. And you got any more coming out? Are you planning on like dropping?
Yeah. I have like a couple more songs on the album that I dropped in February. I'm gonna shoot for that. And then
dope.
I just been working like a lot of like new stuff. I might drop another full album this year. I'm gonna drop an EP like in a month or two.
Yeah.
For like an R&B project, and yeah, I'm just really just working, bro.
Yeah,
just working.
For sure.
Just trying to get everything out.
That's dope, bro. Yeah, because like to go back to the, you know, I mean, that's how I'm saying like I'm like a sucker for visuals or anything. It's because I like the simplicity sometimes in visuals, in that sometimes I don't care for like the overproduced stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like if you look at like, you know, big artists, let's just say like who's that girl that's really hot right now? Like she's been popping lately. Ice Spice, that girl, right? A lot of her videos, well, if you look at the earlier ones, they weren't anything crazy. You know what I mean? There was just like a regular music video, you know, a bunch of people with her and everything. And then like as she's getting bigger and everything, I've noticed a lot of stuff is getting like a little, it feels like
Extra
I said,
production.
too overproduced, you know what I mean? Like way too much. I mean, this is me. The fuck do I know about, you know, music videos or anything? I'm just the person that's taking it all in, and I'm just like, and you can see the difference, you know. Yeah. So I like some simple stuff. I like simplicity and getting back to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's like a trend that was going on for a minute. Maybe this was part of the drill music phase that's maybe still currently happening. I don't know. But a lot of it was fast, high paced, a lot of angle switching, a lot of clips, a lot of fast moving stuff, you know. And it's cool and all, you know, don't get me wrong, because you know, I check it out and I watch it. But I like the little more personal ones. I like the more simple ones, and that don't have all the extra stuff and
like special effects. And
yeah.
It's cool, like for certain songs maybe, but it just kind of seems unnecessary because I love videos, but the most important thing is the music. So if you can make that match up with the visual and just make it resonate, like, and really like explain the song, or like storytelling through the visual, then you got it. But I mean, if you have like extra stuff, dragons flying and your stuff or whatever, it's like it's crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like that's actually a good point. I feel like sometimes the videos are like distracting too much for the actual song. You know what I mean? Because then people get too hyped up on it, or too stuck on, let me watch the video and seeing it and trying to keep up with the video, that they're forgetting about the actual song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least that's how I've been interpreting it lately. Not to go into a whole deep dive on all that shit. You know, I know I'm talking about music videos. But I would like to see more of that. I'd like to see more like simplicity stuff. And hopefully, you know what I'm saying, you could drop some too. So
yeah, check a lot of my stuff is pretty simple for the most part.
Yeah. That's dope, bro. But we talk about the album too, actually.
Yeah,
bro. Dropped in February.
Yeah, February 23rd.
Good feedback.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. That's probably it's like the third album I dropped, and I don't know why that one just went a little bit more like out there or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's definitely a good one for sure. Just making it, and it really all just came from the last year, just life and just kind of how everything panned out. So like really just reflecting and just being able to put it out, and then just having people connect with it. It definitely means a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it was in our rotation. It still is in my rotation. It still gets played sometimes when I want to feel something. Sometimes when I'm working out, driving, you know what I mean? I like that playability where you could do whatever with what you're doing and play it. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what makes the album good, is how you can listen to it, where you listen to it.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember talking with Julio and PZ about it too. And we're just breaking it down, you know, like being like, yeah, you could tell on this one, you know, he's going through some stuff, or he's talking about some stuff on this one, you know what I mean? And not just, I think we did a lot like while we're recording, but even outside of that too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was super cool. But I want to do, and maybe this is something we could talk about off air too, like in detail, but I think it'd be super cool to get you to do like more performances even here in SAC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely
be tapped in on a few stuff. And I think it'd be beneficial, not just for you, but I think to getting more of a, how would I call it? Like damn near like a good solid following here in SAC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know, right here in NorCal.
Yeah, it's not too far. It's hella hot over here, but
Yeah.
that's really
Just don't
about
do it this weekend. Like I said, it's about to be 111. But
But yeah, I'm definitely down to slide out here for sure.
yeah, do some shows out here because I'm telling you, like, there's definitely some stuff we could like work together to put you on some stuff over here. Yeah. And maybe even do some live performances on the podcast too, bro.
I'm down for
You know
that
what I
too.
mean? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm down for that too.
That's so cool. But yeah, bro, talk about more of the album. Like you said, like it come from a place of like, you know, learning and growing and experiencing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Has that been like you said that was the last year? Like the past year in general?
Like 2022, just like up to like recently. Yeah, it's just like learning and growing and just understanding like where I'm at in this like current moment. Like I was just kind of saying, like understanding like that I'm not here forever, you know. So just being more intentional in what I'm doing and how I'm doing things and like where I'm going and like the type of music that I'm making. You know, like I wanted to reach people, but also like there's a couple songs on there where it's more like upbeat, like chill type stuff or whatever. I think Chosen's one of them. And it's dope, but it's also like I'm really like speaking on there, like to where it's like the line on there is like don't tell me you love me, I want you to show it. But it's also like catchy and it's also like, you know, so having those songs on there that really like mean something, but also like have that like, okay, I could probably hear this on the radio too.
Yeah, I could hear that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, both in general, yeah. Popping.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Even not just radio, bro, but like I said, I like the fact that you can play it when you're cruising. You could play it while you're working out. You could play it while you're cleaning. You know what I mean? Like there's so many different places that you could play and listen to music.
Yeah. And I feel like I try to make sure of that for sure. Cause like now, like in the space and like of music that we're in, like people kind of just drop a lot of like music, like they just kind of throw it at the wall type or whatever. They have like 20, 30 tracks on one album.
Yeah.
And it's cool, but it's also like growing up, I listened to like a lot of like things that were cohesive and like storytelling, and like it went from this song to this one. Like I think like the Carter 3 is probably like one of my favorite albums for sure. And you listen to like that, it went into like the next track and it kind of rolled over, and you would hear like an outro and it would go into the next one, and the song on the last one would go into the next one. So like just having that cohesiveness and just like having it all put together perfectly was definitely something that I focus on when I'm making a project.
I mean, even too, that's arguably one of Wayne's, you know, biggest, most successful fucking albums ever. You know what I'm saying? Like top 5 for sure. But so that Wayne's like an inspiration one that you use? I mean, that you have?
Definitely. I was like I didn't start listening to hip hop until I was like 9 or 10. Like really, like I used to listen to it, but like as far as like on my own and like really getting into it, Wayne was probably like one of the first people I like really like looked up to. Like that was like the Carter 2, the Carter 3. And then like after that, I started getting into like other artists, and like as I got older, it was more like the Drakes, the J. Cole. J. Cole's probably like my favorite artist.
Yeah, I think overall for me, fuck, it's tough to. I've been asked that too, like who would be my favorite artist, and I'm like, bro, I hate this question. It's so hard, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if I could have like one specific favorite artist, but I mean I know J. Cole's definitely in my top 3 for sure. I mean, I have lyrics of his tatted on me. I got his poster. I've been listening to him consecutively, bro. Like I'm talking about like consecutively since like 2010. I think is when I first discovered him. Yeah, 2010.
Yeah.
And Friday Night Lights, I think was the first album that I listened to. Yeah, or Cole was it? Yeah, I think Friday Night Lights. Yeah. And that was around that time, 2010, 2011, maybe.
Yeah. Cole's the greatest, man. For me, it's Cole, Mac Miller, Wayne, Drake, and then probably like more recently it's like Rex Life Raj.
Oh yeah. Have you seen J. Cole perform live?
J. Cole, yeah,
bro,
crazy.
Yo, I went to he came out here in Sac for the KOD tour.
I went to that one too. Yeah,
bruh, amazing. It was close
fire.
and everything. It was like, bro, it was amazing. Yeah.
And I think even like more so like than the music, just him talking after, bro, like during the performance was like it was needed.
Yeah. There's I get into I talk about it. I talk with a few people. We'll ask like, all right, we'll do head to head albums, right? Like which one do you think is the better of the album? Which is already it's gonna be tough, when you're talking about with J. Cole. So we were putting up 2014 Forest Hill Drive.
Yeah.
And what? No, it wasn't KOD. It was
it For Your Eyes Only?
Not For Your Eyes Only. I want to say it was the most recent one. But I think at that time we were comparing it to a KOD. But then we had updated it to the last one, which is
the last one he just dropped.
Yeah, it's damn. What's the name of the?
I hella forgot.
It's when the hoop. Yes, when the hoop is on fire. Yeah. Oh man, it's stuck. It's not the fall. That's the one that's next, supposedly, right? The fall off.
Yeah,
the next one.
Like fall off, and then
damn, I'm stuck. It's
Sheesh, I'm drawing a blank.
Hold on. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue, yo. It is it's the God. Let me see my phone, bro. I wasn't gonna give into it, but I'm like, all right, now I gotta see. My bad, y'all. I gotta know because I get stuck on this thing where it's like if I don't, the off season.
Yeah, bro.
I knew it was the something. It was the off season. So because I really enjoyed the off season. So when I was talking about it to one of my homies, I was like, okay, updated competition one, 2014 Forest Hill Drive or the off season. So we were battling back and forth, but the fact that Forest Hill Drive is on both, like anytime you have the debates, it's always Forest Hill Drive. It's never not another one. It's always Forest Hill Drive versus
any other album. Yeah. So I think that one the off season just needs more time to resonate because there's definitely like a bunch of songs on there that I like, but like 2014 is just like it's that one.
Yeah, that one's a classic for sure. One. It's classic, but yeah, the off season. It's still in my rotation. Still got how to play back for me, and I'm interested to see what the fall off's going to be like. What approach he's going to go to it now, being like
that he's going to
more seasoned dad, and you know what I mean? Because like you said, I mean even that's a lot of motivation, a lot of material, a lot of I guess energy or fuel to use to make more music is with kids, and also I know that he has 2 now, and it's like, bro, I know he's gonna be on his shit for this one.
Yeah. It's like the last couple albums too, so it's just like, not ready for it.
Right? I feel it, man. So being out there in San Jose, bro, like were you born and raised over there?
No, I wasn't born over there, but I was raised over there. Like,
where were you born?
Most of my life. I was born in Fairfield.
Fairfield?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not too far. Okay.
Hella hot over there too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I stayed there for like maybe like a year.
Bro, I'm telling you, I passed by over there today and I was just like, fuck. But no, that's dope, bro, because I wanted to know. I've asked a few Bay Area artists this, and everybody has their different perspective and opinion and everything, right? Mm-hmm. In the Bay, bro, like coming up, like you guys look at more so like local heroes, like local artists, because Bay is legendary has legendary artists, but is known for some of the best fucking artists, and not just in the world, but like California specifically. You know what I'm saying? So like, do you think about more like local artists and look up to them, or do you just, or like you said, you're talking about Wayne, J. Cole, Mac Miller, you know what I'm saying, Drake? Which ones I would say you look up more to?
I would say for me, it's gonna be like more of the like J. Cole, like Drake, and like Wayne. I definitely like love like 40 and Dre and like all of them, but I think the music like hits differently. Like it's for a certain time. You know, like if I'm out like at the club, or which I don't really do that much, but
not it.
Not even in the house. I'm chilling. But yeah, like it's for like some turn up stuff or whatever. But like most of the time it's for that. More recently has been like a couple artists that have been coming up with actually like really like speaking about life, like Simba and like LaRussell.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like it's all kind of like just turn up music, and for the most part, it's like I'm the type of person that like really wants to feel something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I said too because I know sometimes in the Bay, and like I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm the spokesman or the fucking the the moderator for all this stuff that are people that are saying this shit, but like some of the stuff you hear about sometimes in the Bay is that they get into though the Bay Area gets in its own way and that like it caps themselves in that same style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they limit themselves and they don't expand too much because they want to stick to that Bay sound, you know?
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
that's why I say like some of them some people might be like no yeah like the local artists that they look up to them because it's right there, they see it, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying,
it's like right there in our
and it's
backyard.
tough to like look up to someone as big as Drake, you know what I mean, because he's on a whole nother fucking stature, you know, so
Like these people are reachable.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, like there's artists that could do both. Like me personally, I can make music like that. I started making music like that when I first started, but I kind of noticed like I liked it, I liked the music, but it just had less meaning behind it for me. Like not a lot of like storytelling, or it's just like this is what we're doing, this is what we on, and that's really about it. And I feel like I just had to like learn like life a little bit more, like just go through life and like experiences just to like talk about, because there's only so much that you can say.
Yeah. Yeah, see, and that's I want to know that because like I said, it's perspective, right? That's what you interpret, that's how you see it. And you know, other artists right now too. Like I just had I don't know if you know who D. Dot Jones is.
Yeah.
He was just on, you know, a while back, and he just dropped the project too. And you know, he was just telling me like how stuff in the Bay is like he wants to get away from, or they're trying to get away from like the old school traditional stuff, like when
Yeah.
it comes to like violence and shit like that.
Yeah, I definitely see it.
Yeah, and he said like this. It's like he sees like a new wave coming about in the Bay Area, like more like upbeat, genre bending music is what he used to describe it and
Yeah.
everything. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, he's one of those. I think Rex Life Raj is one of those.
Yeah.
Really soulful, like it's just a lot more meaningful music, man. Like that's really what music is for.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of the stuff on the radio now, I don't know.
Played out.
It's played out. It doesn't
Yeah.
really have too much meaning. It's very violent also. So it's like you got to go back to like where hip hop started. You know,
Yeah.
like just expressing yourself and stuff like that. Not to say they're not expressing themselves, but it's just like it's not always in the right manner.
Right. Yeah.
Especially like on a larger scale, like where youth is listening and stuff like that is it's unnecessary.
Yeah. And that's what he was saying too. He was just like, man, I want to get back to like making like real music, like real Bay music, and bringing like that up tempo, upscale, like good music, you know. That's what he was saying. And so, you know, that's another perspective when we're talking about the Bay Area. And then on the other side of that, you know, you might have someone else in the Bay that's just like, well, like I'll hear stories and they'll tell me stuff like, bro, like it's hard to be all up tempo. It's hard to be all happy and gigging when fucking you can't even walk inside a store without your car getting blipped. You know what I mean?
Oh
You
yeah,
can't,
easy.
or yeah, I'm saying, or you can't.
I don't be in
Yeah.
Frisco like that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's like. He's like, it's tough to be like to talk about all this stuff when there's real stuff's going out here and these like,
Yeah, for real.
and it's annoying. He's like, bro, sometimes like the no crime shit, like people getting like really hurt out here because it's not really like enforcement, you know. So it's like it's all perspective, you know what I mean? And
it's just like life in different ways and how people see it. Yeah, no, that makes sense. But I don't know. For me, it's just I like to just tell my life.
yeah, stick to you.
Yeah.
Well, shit, like I said, you ain't going clubbing anytime soon. You gonna be at the crib just posted.
At the crib, just with my kid recording, or that's really about it, bro.
Yeah, I feel that too. I haven't been to a club. Like I'm talking about get dressed up and go hit the club
Yeah,
in a minute, bro.
yeah, not same.
It's been a minute, bro. And you know, maybe just you know the dad in us. Maybe I'm just getting up there in age, but like I haven't been to a fucking club in a minute, dog.
Yeah, the only time I'm going to the club is if I'm in there performing.
Performing,
bro.
yeah, in and out.
Otherwise, I'm
Quick.
out.
Yeah, I
I'm
feel
out
it, bro.
here, bro.
I feel that one, bro. Okay, so tell me too, bro. Like, what's like a normal day in the life for you? Like, what do you do when you're not creating, when you're not being a dad? I know that takes up pretty much
Man,
the day. You know what I'm saying? But like, what other stuff you into?
what am I into?
Yeah.
You probably catch me at a coffee shop. Bro.
Okay, kicking.
Yeah,
Yeah. Same. You probably catch me at one.
yeah. On top of that, I work for a company called Inland Exclusive. So we do like markets.
Okay. Yeah.
We do a platform called Any Given Bars, where we have like rappers on there, like freestyle and ciphers and stuff like that. And then we have a blog. So I'm like mostly doing that or like making music or with my kid for the most part.
Yeah.
Just trying to enjoy life, bro.
What's the LLC you got?
The LLC.
Yeah.
So that's what I have.
Yeah.
Underneath my label, it's called Dreams Make You Rich.
Yeah.
And it's just like my label, like brand, and really just means to just believe in yourself, you know, believe in yourself, and not like only like your dreams make you rich in your pockets, but like in your soul, you know, like to go after what you believe in, and just to keep going, like through whatever you're going through, you know.
Yeah. That's dope, bro. How did you come up with that? Like, what was I mean, I guess you did give like an explanation of it, but like, what did you feel like that needed to be it? That needed to be the title, and you know what I'm saying?
I just really felt like I got to a point where like I was making like different music and like stuff with more meaning, and like I just needed a label, you know.
Yeah.
I just needed like a brand, and I just came up with it, you know.
That's dope. So yeah, so there wasn't like a whole crazy ass breakdown and thought process. You were just like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah. Before that, I was like in a group, and we used to like make music like all the time. But I kind of just started branching off on my own and just doing my own thing. So that's what it was.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool, bro. Like, not a lot of people. I bring that up and I said to say that not a lot of people have that in them. Not a lot of people do that, and not a lot of people can create something like that. And it's something that like is a bit like a chance. Like you're taking a big chance doing that. So I definitely think you need a lot of kudos for that.
Hey, thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you.
for real. Because I don't know what it's like to have a fucking record label or anything like that, but I just know that if you're putting so much of yourself out there, with your music, and if you're putting so much of yourself out there in social media, it's like how much you're also going to put so much into this or into these other avenues and everything.
Into, like, marketing and
yeah, because that's a piece of it, right? You can't like not ignore that part of doing that.
It's kind of like a struggle sometimes because I really do like almost everything myself.
Yeah.
As far as music, like it's like writing, mixing, and mastering, finding like the beats and like content, shooting the content sometimes, and editing and like all that. So
yeah, I know that. I know that one, bro.
It's a little rough. It's a little rough, but I make it happen.
That. Yeah, and there's value in that too. I mean, like I've said it plenty of times on here before. It's like doing all that stuff. Yeah, sometimes it's tedious, sometimes it's annoying, and it does take a big portion of time. But at the same time, in a weird way, I enjoy it too. Like sometimes it can get stressful. The best of me is stressful, but I enjoy that. I enjoy learning, and I enjoy, I guess, just piecing the stuff up together myself and then seeing what the outcome is going to be like,
It definitely tests you for sure. But like looking back, like there was a bunch of times like when I was just first starting where I was just like, I don't know how to do this stuff, I don't know how to put my music out on Apple Music or Spotify or any of that, or edit or mix and master. I had to look elsewhere for that. But now it's just like, okay, like if I want to wake up tomorrow and drop a song and put it out, then it's done. I don't even have to think about it.
That's true. Yeah. That's a benefit that you have, That's super cool, bro. Yeah. I think that's something that a lot of people should do more of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like just to say they did, even if it's just for a bit. Not saying forever, but just to say that they did.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And I think I was talking about this with Julio too. It was like it came up was I think what Russell had said. He was like, I have, I can only do I can only have people do what I'm able to do on my own. You know, I can't ask somebody to do something else if I can't do it myself.
Yeah. That's a fact. Yeah, because ultimately you know what it takes. Ultimately you know what can be done. Ultimately you know that if you're like what's realistic, and it's like how you don't want to put the expectation or set an expectation for someone that's like, or for someone that's not real.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like, oh, you're gonna like send a song out to be mastered, and it's taking them like 2-3 weeks to get it done. It's like, bro, I would have did that myself in an hour. So it's like, what are we doing? You know,
what are we doing? Yeah. That's super cool, bro. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking. And like I said, the fact that you're doing that is says a lot about a person, Like I appreciate when people do that more themselves too, you know what I'm saying? I think that's super cool. But how does Devin get bigger? Like what do you think it takes for you to be like at the level that you want yourself to be?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm for sure just like off top, I'm trying to, become a staple in my city, like first and foremost. And secondly, just like in the region and like in the Bay and then like other places. But I think it just takes just more consistency, more content. Obviously, like marketing. That's one thing like artists tend to forget about sometimes is having like a marketing plan in general. And it took like a while for me to learn all this stuff. Like before, I would just like put a cover out and it's like, here's my song, go listen to it. But it's I'm not giving you a reason to listen to it. I'm not giving you a reason to connect with it. So it takes consistency and planning and just to keep putting it out there, because regardless, like people are gonna hear it somehow. So whether like I need a marketing budget behind me or anything, whatever it takes, I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, to build up the anticipation, right? Yeah, and the reason why I said too, and maybe to even elaborate more on it, I don't say that like as a, and I'm not saying you're interpreting like that, but I don't mean that as a bad way, and I don't mean to be like, why aren't you this and that? I guess what I like to hear what people, if they're acknowledging like what they need to do, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been around other artists that they're just like, they're like, I'm going to put the work in, and then they're just going to expect all the results to come to them because they put something out, because they put a piece or a project, single, EP, whatever it is. They just expect that it's just going to come to them. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, don't work like that.
Yeah.
Bro, you got to put the work in. You got to put the content out. You got to really, really just give people a reason why, like I was saying, like earlier, it's just, you really have to have them connect with you. Like you could make music all day, but it's like, why do I like this person? Are they having an impact on my life? Are they having, are they helping me through my day?
Yeah.
And whether that's like just me talking or making music or, putting a piece of content out, if I can do that and help somebody through their day, like my job is done.
Yeah, true.
Whether that's one person, 10 people, or 100 or a million or whatever. And for me, my goals are not like always like, and I think that's something that I had to take a while to learn too. Is like I look at these huge artists that are on the road 24/7 and they're never home and all this, and it's like that looks crazy. That looks dope to be in like in arenas or whatever. But at the end of the day, like my first priority is my kid and being there for my kid. So however I can balance that and also make an impact and still be able to do what I do, like I'm winning.
Yeah, from the top of my head, I remember, I forget who the artist was, maybe too, but there was an artist, and they had to take a break because they said out of like 365 days, they only had like 9 off days.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I forget which artist it was, but it's like, bro, like they were like, yeah, they only had 9. And you think about that, like to put in perspective, 365 days, bro, like, and only 9 of those, they had like
to yourself.
It's off. It's like,
that's insane. And like,
that's insane.
Like really like that's a lot on your body. And I'm sure like the touring bag is crazy or whatever, but like, money can't save you.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause it made sense after hearing that. I was like, no shit that they're taking a break, from everything. Cause it's like, bro, 9 days is wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, bro, I'm glad that you, like I said, that like what you're gonna keep doing, to get to that level. and to get bigger, you know, because like I feel like we all want to strive and get like at a bigger spot in a bigger space. You know what I mean? That's at least, you know, that's something I think about too. You know, probably a little way too much than I should. You know, but everybody's thinking about how we can
like
grow and everything, and but the right way though too. I feel like that's important too. You know, the right organic way that's not forced, pressed, or pushed.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. And I feel like you gotta also understand like where you're going to at the same time. Like we all have goals, but you know they gotta make sense for you. Just because like you know somebody else like may see you as, like I was saying, like a huge artist or whatever. It's like what's important to you. You know what values do you have, and like I think like for the longest time, like a couple of my close friends would just tell me, and it's like crazy, but it's like, oh, bro, all you got to do is make a song like this, and then you'll blow up. And I'm like, bro, like what?
Yeah, I've heard about people telling them that too.
Do you know how crazy that sounds? It's like, yeah, just make this song like just about this, and it has to be a turn up, and this and that or whatever, and like you're out of here, whatever. And it's like, okay, I'm capable of doing that, but does that really feed my soul, bro? Like,
yeah. Even then too, like you know how hard it is to get that, you know, like just to get popular like that. Yeah, I've heard about other people saying that's artists, and it's like, bro, what?
Yeah, like,
you know, they would have been done that if that's how easy it was, you know.
It's definitely that easy, but not. Yeah, I feel like the music that I make, bro, like it has to mean something to me. Like I can't just put out something that's just it has no meaning or whatever. And sometimes I catch myself like I'm like, oh, bro, like maybe I should just write like this or whatever. And it's just like, nah, like that's not it. That's not the way, bro.
It's not you. Yeah, you want to stay true to yourself. That's super cool, bro. Yeah, that's a good way to thinking. And it just goes back to like the thing I keep saying like throughout this whole episode, which is not feeling the pressure, you know, not feeling that need to be like I have to do this and I have to push a certain way or have an agenda like this. It's like God, like you drop at your own pace and you do, you know, the things you want to do, and actually too, because I just thought about it right now, and that's actually something. That's a conversation I had with Tessie when she was on. She was telling me the importance of experiencing life and how like it took years for her when she dropped her album. It Gets Better. She was saying like it was like a gap because she was like I had to go through some stuff, you know, experience life. And then she said after this album's done and everything, she said she's gonna take however long, not set a time, just go through life and experience it, you know.
And I catch myself doing that recently too, where it's like after I dropped this project, I was just like in the mode where I'm just like, oh, let me create more or whatever. But like I was also like in a period where just like I don't really have nothing to say right now, you know? I don't have like anything to talk about. And I feel like that's one thing, like I definitely like I listen to myself like and how I'm feeling most of the time. Like you hear about artists like in the studio, like I'm in the studio 24/7 just working, and I made 30 tracks today or whatever, but it's like, what are those tracks are about? You know?
Yeah.
Like, what is it going to do or whatever? Because you could drop 30 songs, but, you know, like, are those 30 songs going to hit versus you really just making that one song that really
sticks?
Exactly.
Yeah, but, and then even also, too, for those 30-some tracks, realistically, only about 10 of them get actually mixed, matched, and produced and everything, you know, as opposed to just recording. So, yeah, you're right on that one, bro.
And maybe it's like a practice thing, but it's like also like it has to be like life, bro. It has to be like real life stuff, and that's really where a lot of my stuff has been recently. Whether it's like going through like personal or love stuff or life. Like I'm about to drop an R&B project pretty soon, and a lot of that stuff is on there. Just things I've gone through with like love and like relationships and stuff like that. But it took me to go through those to get to here. You know, I couldn't just make it out of thin air. You know?
Yeah, and don't do no shit like Usher over here.
Oh, bro, he's wilding, bro. He's wilding out there.
Don't do no, man. Usher is a menace right now. Don't do anything like that. You know what I mean? Causing all these drama and stirring that up. You know what I mean?
He's crazy for that, bro.
That's good. I'm looking forward to an R&B project, bro. Like,
I dropped one. I think like 2019, but this one, I don't know. I've been going through a couple of things. Bro, so.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one, bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I feel like you know what you're doing. And moving at your own pace and staying to yourself and not feeling the need to fold or not feeling the pressure for a lot of stuff. And the music is great. The visual that you have that are great. You're doing a lot of live performances. And but we got to get you, here in SAC, do some more over here, man. We'll stay connected and get you some more live performances. And it'll be challenging, man, because not to bring it up again, but this heat, you know what I mean?
This heat crazy.
This SAC dry heat.
It's not. It's damn near the same out there.
Yeah.
In the Bay right now. Like the past week or two, it was like hitting like 100.
Mm-hmm.
I was just dying, bro. It was bad. It was hella bad, but. Summer's almost done.
Yeah, summer's lit. Maybe go through summer, experience some summer stuff, and get you motivated to write some things.
Yeah,
All right, bro. Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for settling with the new scenery change that I have right here for the time being.
Yes, sir.
And
appreciate you having me.
making one of the stops right here in the SAC tour, we'll call it. Little SAC tour, bro. But you tell everybody where they can find you, man.
Yeah.
How they can reach you, and any specific projects, tracks, or something like that you think that they would want to listen to?
I would say specific tracks or projects. You just got to go listen to my new album. Nothing makes sense until it does. All 10 tracks. Just listen to them, sit with them. You can find me anywhere at Devien408. That's Devien 408. Spotify, Apple Music, Twitter, Instagram, Threads,
YouTube, all
whatever.
That. I know, right? Snap, OnlyFans. He's got it all.
Everything.
He's got it all.
But yeah, man, I appreciate
love,
you having
bro.
me on,
I appreciate you, bro. Man. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. All right, y'all. Y'all stay safe. Peace.